And you can see.
Yeah. Say maybe just squeeze it in. Yeah. What got you put in alternative school?
Ooh.
And you could
Everything. What got me into Live? Very simple. I was not going to school. Yeah, I had like a big transition. I came into foster care for the third and final time, and I was 15. So I was in Fort Hamilton at the time. I loved Fort Hamilton. I auditioned to get it for Hamilton. I was like, this is going to be amazing. I'm graduating from here. That did not happen. So they tried to work with me. They was like, Shanice, like it's not a, and that's not a issue of like your intelligence or like your work. Like you have it. When you're here, you're on. When you're not, you're off. Like just no way to be there. And I was just missing tons. They kept trying to like, listen, next semester we can get you in faster and have you doing double work. And if you can stay after school, okay, I will. Never did. It was just home. I wasn't like partying. I was just home in bed. Like, didn't even realize that anything going on. So I just wasn't going to school. And that was also my Lib story. I also wasn't going to school and Lib either, which is insane. But yeah. What about you?
You know, it's actually, we have a very similar story. Okay. So like, yeah, that was pretty much my story too. Like, around, I think it was 15. Yeah, 15 going into 16 or 16 going into 17. One of the two. I mean, before that, like, school was always easy for me. Yeah. And I was always very aware that this is easy. Yeah. I don't like it. Like, and it's not because it's not challenging. It's because I'm not interested. Okay. So yeah, like slowly, like I just like started like not caring. And then there was also a part of me that was trying to figure out, like we talked about it earlier, before the cameras were rolling, where like, oh, like, well, you know, you look over at your friend and he got it figured out, and you know, you look over at that girl and she knows that she's gonna be a veterinarian and she's going to Harvard, and I'm over here like, well, I don't like school, I don't want to be here, I don't have anything to go after, so I didn't go, and I slowly became the kid that the teachers made me feel like I was. It was mainly like a white and Asian school. It was like no.
Where were you before Liv?
New Trick. Miss Dyker, yeah.
Okay,
so,
okay.
You know, I'm the black kid with the hoodie on that sits in the back of the class that doesn't talk to anyone. So I didn't mind after a while, but deep down I did.
Yeah. I didn't mind outside.
That's how I ended up in Liv. And I'm glad I did, because I tried the same, I tried the same shit in the beginning where like the whole, I'm not going to talk to anyone. I'm not going to, but then slowly like people got me to crack. I'm like, why am I smiling? No.
Why am I
don't be happy.
I don't smile here.
You're not supposed to be happy.
I don't like school. Yeah. What's your one takeaway from Liv? Like your one takeaway that's helped you throughout your rest of your life journey that you've had so far after Liv?
Damn, this is like an advertisement for Liberation High School. Shout out to Liberation.
Between 15 and 21, you go on your credits.
Coney Island. The collab itself is crazy. Like, I'm sure someone from Liv's gonna see it's like, yo, how did these two?
This is ridiculous. Like they were not in the same time.
Yeah. I think the biggest takeaway is that, I know, there are a lot of things in life you can't control. But to be cliche, you can't control you. And there are a lot of circumstances and situations that you can complain about, like, oh, well, that person doesn't like me and that doesn't like me and this isn't cool for me. You got to still make an effort. It's better to make that effort and then like, all right, it doesn't work out, than to like just be like, no, I didn't even give it a chance. Because like, I think that's one of my biggest fears, is dwelling on what could have been versus what, you know, I'd rather dwell on what was and like talk about how to improve it rather than just like, well, I didn't do anything at all. So the biggest takeaway was just like, I feel like if I would have maybe tried a little harder in Utrecht, if I would have approached it differently, if I would have accepted that, like, this is where I'm at, and I have to go through this step to get to the next step, I would have been better off. But I didn't learn that until, like, I got around people that saw me. And once they saw me, I'm like, okay, I am visible. Like, I can be seen. I just got to put in the effort, and I have to give other people a chance as well.
It's actually very funny when you said the control thing was like the first thing that came out, and I was like, oh shoot, because that's a big part of my answer. Like, you cannot control everything, you cannot control everyone. I would say the biggest takeaway is giving people more grace. I learned from Liv, because you can't control everything. You have no idea why people are here, why people are in liberation at all. Not just because they're stupid or they just fell behind in school. We have no idea. There's more to what you see. It's like, you know, people just saw you as like, yeah, whatever, he just there. But there's so much more to you than what they saw. And that's exactly what it was at Liv. I was like, there's more to every single child here, every single educator, the principal, assistant principal, than what I see. Can't control everything, but you can absolutely contribute in some way, shape, or form.
I definitely relate to the thing of you don't want to be here. I felt like I owed it to not just myself, but to like the people in my life that were trying to push me to show up. Like math was just easy for me in school. Like it didn't mean nothing. If you explained it and I seen it, I can do it. Like, I'm still that way. So Mr. Stern, he was just like, oh man, I love this guy. He was showing equation. He's like, you do this and that and this. Somewhere along the line, he was like, like you're really good at math. You should help other students like catch up. I'm like, I don't want to be here. I don't like these people. In my mind, to put it blunt, I'm like, they're stupid. They're dumb. Like, I
got nothing to do with it. I can't help that.
Yeah, I'm not stupid. Like they don't want to be helped.
They don't want to be helped. Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit and try and be patient or help someone that don't want to be helped. Which is ironic now that I really sat there with that view and now I'm in education. But shout out to Mr. Stern. He tried, man. He still do. I don't know. I think he's still there. But he was like 150. It don't matter if he was the most robotic person you could ever meet in your life. He tried to he did. He going strong, and I appreciate it.
He did. He really did. The kids could throw a paper at him, curse at him. He just like, but if you have to try, he would always give himself.
You said you ended up in Lib because
I wasn't going to school.
Yeah. So why?
Oh, why wasn't I going to school? I was behind that.
Yeah.
Oh, I was depressed and I had no idea.
Oh, okay.
I was a depressed kid, and I was like, how could you be depressed as a kid? I'm like, kids aren't depressed.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, that's not real. Kids are happy. What are you talking about? So I had no idea. I wanted to go to school. I just couldn't. I really wanted to go. I'm like, I love school. When I was there, I was just like, wow, this is why I love it here. But when I got there and I saw like how ahead everyone was ahead of me, that really that pushed me further to not going to school. So I'm not used to being behind. I'm always ahead. I'm top of the class. Like behind me, like they went to 10th grade and I'm still in 9th because I didn't do what I had to do. I'm just like, nah, I can't come back. Nah, I can't come back. I loved school. I did. I loved learning. I still do. I love learning. So what exactly was the question? Because now I just forgot.
So I was finishing it.
Yeah, okay.
But the question was, being like your experience with school, what was it that led to you wanting to get into like teaching? Because I mean, if I'm personally, I never foresaw it for myself. I don't know if you did. But what was it that was like, you know what, this is what I want to do. I want to work with, children.
Really, I guess what led me into wanting to work with children and be an educator was the crappy job that those around me did. I was like, I could do so much better than you, and not in like a sassy way. Like I just know that I could. I think a big contributor for that was the teachers around me, because even though I didn't like the kids that I worked with, I saw how teachers treated them. I'm like, I can see the prejudice in their ways, and I'm like, you're supposed to be a teacher. Like, you can have your prejudice, but keep that to yourself.
Yeah.
And like they just didn't do a good job. And I'm just like, you can see them like turn the kids down. Like, we're already beat up enough as it is. Like, we don't need you to help us now. Right. We got it on our own. And I'm just like, I can do this better. And I guess I started like doing like little jobs. And I was like around 14, summer youth. I was always working with children, and all of the adults that was around me, like, you've reached this child and I could not. And that's the problem kid. And I'm like, the problem kid? I was the problem kid. What do you mean? So I feel like everyone said I was really good at what I did, and I didn't necessarily want to do it. I just knew that I was good at it. As I got older, I realized, okay, if I had me when I was younger, I probably would be a very different teen or a very different adult. And I was like, okay, it's something I really want to do. Like, I guess just watching those around me who did a crappy job and didn't notice the things that they were supposed to as an adult, as an educator, made me like, okay, yeah, I can do this, and I can notice, and I will see every kid. Like, no kid's gonna be like under the radar. And I'm like, excuse me, I see you. I'm gonna let you slide, but I see you. So they're gonna know. So that's really what that was.
So like I said, I never foresaw this in the near, far, or middle of the future at all. I didn't even know what I thought I was gonna do. I just got asked like if I wanted to teach a program, and like the first time I got asked, I was like, why would you want me to teach? Because I feel like I'm at least outwardly indifferent to people. Like, my energy is very much like, he doesn't want to be bothered. And like, maybe that's not always what I'm trying to give up. It's just natural. Like, so I'm like, why would they want me to teach? I'm like, I was the problem kid, like you said. But like, I guess like, after trying it and after like doing it, especially with things that I like care about, like boxing or film, I'm like, damn, like there are some, like I'm looking at all these other teachers, I'm watching that teachers that know how to control their class, teachers that just like completely avoid or dodge like the kids' needs, or like, they just like keep thinking about I. I'm like, that's hard to watch. You don't understand that this kid needs you, but you're like, you think because they're acting out like, oh, you know, they're a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, and that was me. Like, I'm like, I wasn't the loudest for how I acted out, but I would do it in ways that you could feel it.
Mm-hmm.
And people like gave up on me for that reason. Mm-hmm. Like, they're like, oh, it's easy to just label someone as you suck or you're a problem child or you're just not a good person, and we'll just leave you as that. Versus like, all right, they're like, you're not all that. Because even a bad person got some good to them. Even a good person. You know, it's like, we're not as simple as we just these canvases and like we're painting and that's all we are. It's like, nah, there's many colors in that painting. There's many different layers to that painting. Originally, I was just like, nah, I don't really see myself doing this. But after doing it, I'm like, no, that's why I like doing it. Because it is difficult, but it's very rewarding. And I'm sure it's more rewarding than anything else I could have gone after. Helping students, even though I'm not the best at like being super like emotionally like reciprocating emotions, and like I could try, you know, like I'll try. Like if it's for a good cause, I can try.
And also, it's not always about like, you know, just being there emotionally present for them. Like there's so many other ways too. Like, some kids just like, it doesn't have to be seen. Like it's in your actions as well.
Yeah.
You can show it all day long and then like not really be doing what you're showing that you're doing. So,
yeah.
And I feel like from like what I've seen, like, you know, you may not have like the most open face, like, yes, I'm here, but you are very attentive. And that alone speaks volumes. So you can like, okay, what I'm hearing is this, what you said is that, and like kids will be like, oh shoot, like nigga was really listening, like, oh shoot, not to, but I'm like, man.
I appreciate that.
So yeah, like it doesn't have to be like, oh, being like open arms, like yeah, I'm following everything, like, you know, it's action speaks, showing up, consistency, like, you know, like that kid's like, oh, he's here every day, like I look forward to seeing this kid, like, oh wow, like, or that lady is something, like it doesn't always have to be like so emotional. You have to look the part. If you are the part, you're the part.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does.
Okay,
I'm processing it. I know my face isn't showing it, but
I'm probably just like, show anything. Yeah. does it make sense? You know, like this is.
Because she just told me about how I don't have to show it. If I'm present, I'm doing it. But then she's like, does it make sense? Oh, yes.
Like, hello? What's a scenario that you've had either with another educator like yourself or a student was extremely difficult to deal with?
So as a student or with the student?
With the student or with also another educator?
When I originally started as a, like, you know, teaching my film program, I was a co-teacher. It was like a history film collaboration.
Okay.
The problem is in after school, no one wants to learn history. And the teacher that taught it does a really good job. But he's more of an in-school guy because, you know, in school they can't run away. I had like a small 30-minute segment at the end. After a while, organization director's just like, hey, so did you want to like take over this program and just teach only film?
Oh, wow.
I was like, I guess. Mind you, I came in here, it was very random. Oh, hey, you want to get in the schools and like maybe help facilitate the program? Oh yeah, sure. Show up there. Oh yeah, by the way, the guy that was supposed to teach your class is leaving. Okay, all right. Well, now I got to learn how to make a lesson plan and how to organize a day. Let's get back to topic. I came in there to teach the high school class only film. Originally, there was like this thing with the school. It was like, you know, politics. They wanted to collaborate the middle schoolers and the high schoolers and make one film instead of having, because there's like a showcase, like performance, instead of having one middle school film, one high school film, they wanted to have one film together. In my mind, it's like, that is not happening. We have one session a week, 2 hours. I don't know any of these middle schoolers, and we have like, what, maybe 5, 6 days, which in total is what, 12 hours or so, 10, 12 hours? That's not enough, especially because I don't know these students, and I'm just not getting them no mind. So they want to do like collaboration. That's why I told you I was co-teaching, and that kid came in, he started busting it like, that's what that was my experience with that, because like that was when I was trying to like make that work. The only thing was it wasn't. So I tell them my idea, they're like, oh, well, that has nothing to do with our showcase. You can't do that. You can't this. You can't that. I'm like, all right, you know what? If I can't do that, well, I'm not going to do this either. And we're not going to collaborate with the middle school. I went back to my class. I'm like, look, I don't care what they say. We're going to make a project on our own. We're going to do whatever we can, make sure it's the best that we can make it in these few hours that we got left, and we're going to showcase that. We're not collaborating with that middle school because it's not going to happen. For the school representing the school, she didn't like that I made that decision on my own. But in my mind, I was like, I don't work for you. Like, I work for the organization that's here in partnership with you. I don't work for you. That was like a difficult scenario. It was between let the whole sip shink. Let the whole sip... Let the whole sip.
Just don't think about it at all. It's not gonna come back to you.
Ship sink, or try and salvage at least a part of it. And I salvaged the good part. My program, we salvaged the good part. They did amazing with that project.
Making an executive decision. He's like, yeah, we can't do this.
Yeah, we not. Yeah.
And that's so like short notice.
For sure. Because they did hit me up like, a month before. Hey, so you're gonna be collaborating with this. I'm like, nah, they're not even in my organization. I don't know them or their program. I didn't even know there was another film program, like teaching the middle schoolers. So, no, y'all got it. Y'all figure it out. Like I was really trying to make it work at first, but then like when I seen like this is not going anywhere, and I'm seeing my students like, we have this idea didn't get approved. We have this idea. Oh, we don't like that idea. Now my students, after they're rehearsing those characters and those roles, now they're disappointed. I'm like, nah, you know what? I'm not gonna keep going to Congress and letting them turn down whatever we're bringing to them. Like we're gonna make this right. We're gonna present what we come up with. Either they're gonna like it or they're not gonna like it, and I'm fine with whatever. But as long as I know that my students got something out of this, that's what I care about, because that's the priority. Now for you, you have more experience than me. She got some years with this like education thing, so we're gonna ask the expert now.
The expert. Oh gosh, we had a student, a younger girl. I can say her name, but I'll call her Sasha.
Okay, Sasha.
Sasha is a big personality. We have an after-school program. It's terrible. They don't have enough resources. You know how that goes. It's we short end of the stick. We make do with what we have. So we got all these arts programs, we got nutritional classes, all this stuff. It's all great on paper. And this little girl, when you hear pathological liar, this is really what you see. And it doesn't make any sense because she's so tiny. You know.
Wait, how old was she?
5 or 6.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna say 6.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna say 6, yeah. Oh, mind you, we have like 3 to 4 different age groups in one class. 1st and 2nd grade here. We got 3rd and 4th grade here. And we got 5th grade here. All in one class. So we have to figure out how to maneuver what lesson plans. Same lesson, but how can we cater it to the 1st and 2nd grade class, the 3rd and 4th and 5th grade class. So I'm pretty sure she was in like 1st. So I'm gonna say she was 6. So big personality, a lot of issues. Nobody's giving any types of help. Co-workers are not attentive. Not even like emotionally there, or just even adept really in their work. But you know, turnover rate isn't crazy, so everybody's in and out. The scenario I'm going to give is, it was just one day she was just like, she shut off, she shut down. Which is not typical for Sasha. Not working, not talking to anybody, not doing her typical movement, dancing. You know, look at me, I'm the biggest character in the room. What did she say? Oh, I'm gonna kill my sister. I'm gonna kill my sister. And it's like, you went from just like not speaking, and I'm just like in mid lesson like.
Mandatory report.
Like, whoa, okay, I'm like, look at them all coming. You got that? Like, you got to start. You know, I'm in the middle right now. And coworker just like nothing was said. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm on high alert. I'm stressed out, but of course I can't present to the kids. I'm like, we'll talk about that, you know, in the interview.
Let's unpack that later.
Let's get Joe in here, and we can talk about that later. So she's like, yeah, you know, I broke my sister's leg, and like I killed her, and she got ran over by a car. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, what did her sister do to her? Or, like, I'm scared for her sister at this point. Boom, again, another outburst. Yeah, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm just like, you're gonna kill your sister, you're gonna kill you. Like, oh, this is just a slaughter right now. So I'm like, okay. And I look at my coworker and I'm like, hey, you hearing what she's saying? Because, you know, I gotta step out and I gotta talk to Joe. Because she's like, oh yeah. She says that all the time. I'm like, oh, so you already spoke to Joe? And she's like, no. I'm like, oh, okay. So for that, I was very alarmed. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. We all mandated reporters here.
Yeah, right.
You know, we all had the trainings. You know, why you not saying anything? Why have you mentioned? None of us knew this. We have about 3 teachers in the classroom. Nobody knew this. You knew that. You've been hearing her say this. You haven't spoken to anybody. Now you like, oh, well, you heard it. You go speak to Joe. I'm like, well, I have to. And I'm talking to our friend. I almost said her name, Sasha. And she's like, yeah, you know. I'm like, do you really mean this? You know, because like, you know, just do you mean this? And she's like, yeah, you know, I'm really gonna kill myself. And you know, like my granddad, he died from cancer, and his leg was amputated. Like, she just say like random things. None of these things were true. So all of this stuff, like, no one died. And the kids were, oh my gosh, the kids were coming for her. The kids would be like, oh, your grandpa had cancer. He had heart cancer last time. Now it's lung cancer. Now it's leg cancer. What kind of cancer he got? Like, they were just coming for her. All of her lives made her like an outcast. She was always lying about something that she did. So over time, having her integrate with the other children, rough. And then my coworkers not being attentive or knowing what to do in situations was just like, I felt like I was in the class alone sometimes. I'm like, we gotta speak to the people. I speak to Joe. Joe's like, okay, don't worry about it. We'll just speak to mom, and we'll talk about that. Joe never spoke to mom. Joe never spoke to mom. And I didn't find out until like a month later when I spoke to mom. I was like, hey, I'm sure Joe spoke to you and told you about so and so and so. And she's like, really? Sasha's in therapy, and I thought she was doing well, and we have her on this medicine, and we thought she was doing great in classes. Like, she said she makes friends. She has friends with everyone here.
Oh, so she lying at home too.
I'm like, whoa. I'm like, nah, Sasha, nah, that's not the story that. I'm just like, so I guess that was my most difficult in terms of dealing with inadequacy with staff and realizing that some organizations just hire anybody because everybody leaving. So it's like, you worked with kids before? Yeah. Summer youth? That was it? Come on in. That's good. It's like, that was one of my most difficult situations because I am someone who is emotional and I hide it very well. But just to be in a room with the same people who I'm now, I feel like it was a high stress situation because I feel like I always had to be on.
Yeah, I commend you for like being, even though you were calm, like even though you were stressed,
I'm like, what?
Maintaining that composure and like being the maturest one in the room, like about it, because someone just, oh yeah, she always says that. It's like, but if she kills somebody, who going to jail? I knew a girl in middle school that when I was in middle school, like lied about having leukemia. I don't really know why. I think it was because she liked attention.
Yeah.
Like she really liked attention because she had like a boyfriend and they're all together. She definitely lied about dying that year. She was like,
she lied about dying.
She's like, I have leukemia. I'm gonna die. I'm on the hospital bed. I'm taking, but she was coming to school every day. I'm on the hospital bed. My hair's falling out.
She wearing a scarf.
I don't know what she was wearing. Her hair. She ain't wearing nothing. She just saying, yeah, my hair. Look, my hair's falling out. Then by like the end of the year, it's like, you was gonna die, right? Like what happened? She was like,
you was gonna die.
She was like, nah.
I had 6 more years left. Like, dang.
Nah, for recovery.
Oh wow, yeah. Nah. Good treatment.
God is good. It's like what?
Control. Wait, so she admitted to her lie.
Yeah, but she admitted at the end, like after everyone's heartbroken. I mean, personally, this might sound fucked up, but I didn't really. I'm like, I didn't know this girl, but also it's like. I've heard her lie before. One time when we were like a little younger, she was like, oh yeah, this YouTuber is my brother. I'm like, that's a lie. So when she said, I'm dying, I'm like, she probably lying about that too, but I'm an asshole if I say that. So I'm going to just stay quiet. And I remember my friend, like, he's in a relationship with her. He's like, yeah, she going to die and I don't know what to do about it. Like, he going through it. I'm like, yo, bro, it's all right. Like, we got 8th grade. Like, we'll be all right, bro.
Logical. We have a whole life ahead of us.
We just got here. Like, life has just started. He's over here, like, all depressed and stuff. I'm like, I don't understand.
Ahead of your time. We have our whole lives ahead of us. Life is just starting. Don't worry if your girl dies. It's okay. There's plenty more fishes in the sea. Not ahead of it.
I want to play some video games. Yo. I'm not trying to hear about your girlfriend dying. You're killing the vibe, bro.
You're killing the vibe.
But yo, he was mad at me because I was like, telling him like, yo, she's probably lying. He's like, how could you say that? How could she lie about something like that? I'm like, ask her. Yeah. Then she lied. He's like, yo, you were right, bro. She did lie about that. I'm like, yeah.
Did you get together after that?
I think so. That man was whipped.
He was like, yeah, I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
We ain't never do nothing.
It happened. It spawned, Speaking of weird, like stuff like that, what is like one of the weirdest encounters? Because like I told you mine, I'll say it again for the camera, but like what was like one of the weirdest encounters, situations, gestures that a kid has done in the class? Honestly,
I don't even know. Like a weird encounter, something that somebody did was weird. I just said there's so many outbursts. I can't keep track of them anymore. And none of them are like so big that I'm like, well, this one. Kids just do weird things. I'm so used to it, nothing even feels like a surprise.
Nothing that happened that was like, that was weird. We're going to continue. Or like, why would you think that was okay?
Oh my gosh. Why would you think that was okay?
Yeah.
Like, a whole bunch of those. Oh my gosh. Like a lot of hands. Kids' playground. Kid. Sweet Luke. Sweet boy. Goes up there, like we have like a playground on the roof. He walks up the little stairs to the slide. Little kid talking to me. Pow! Smacks fire out the kid. Like I thought I felt it. It was a real powerful smack. And I just froze. I was just like, he looked at me, saw my shock and was like, I'm okay. I was just like, oh, like he smacked in with the power of everyone's ancestors. Like it was, I didn't know. There was no thinking process. He just smacked it. He's like, ha ha, and kept going playing. Damn. So that was really like, what happened? Is everything okay? Like, I don't know what, that's something that's popped in my head. Like, this little kid was like a grown person smack. I haven't contact with a teacher.
You had a fight?
I haven't contact with a teacher.
Oh, okay.
A teacher to a child. That's what's happening.
She threw a child?
No. This is nah, she didn't throw a child to a teacher to a child.
Oh,
like,
let's get
back.
If that was I would imagine that's the first thing I would have cared about. A teacher threw a child. Because I knew a teacher that threw a child in like 3rd grade. Yeah, like when I was in school, he was just like, this kid was always doing crazy stuff. Like he had like these random outbursts. Maybe he was like on the spectrum. He do random things. And one day he just pulled on his pants in class, and like the guy was like a Russian guy, like really like stern, and like he just got tired of him, I guess, and like he just had an outburst and just like threw this little nigga like across the room, and then he got fired. But he had it but it looks crazy because this kid got his pants down, and he got flung across the room with his pants down, pants flying, shoes flying, he's flying. So it's like, but yeah,
that's funny. That's terrible. Throwing children. That's a new low.
What was the encounter with the teacher and the child that you watched? That was weird.
Funniest thing, I was actually in school, so this might have been from like my teaching or anything. I had a friend, she always sucked the fingers, and she always sleeping in class.
Okay.
I don't know why. She slept that night all day long, but she got to school, maybe she couldn't hold the attention. She was falling asleep every single day. And our teacher, Miss Nieves, was so fed up. Wake up, wake up. So every day. You know, back then we had the little desk with little metal, you could put your books under. She was not in the way. And Miss Nieves was like, okay, gonna keep sleeping. I guess she was mad that she wasn't reaching the shower, getting had the work she wanted to get. She went to go nod. Miss Nieves pulled the desk, and when she nodded, she fell. And that was like, she was working there still. That was like, whoa, that was a funny encounter. Something I shouldn't have done. She thought about it because she knew that what was going to happen. She wanted us to laugh, so maybe she would get the lesson. It didn't really work that way. I got handcuffed by a teacher, 2nd grade.
Oh.
Yeah, that was
something. Let's talk about that.
That was something. That's a weird encounter that I can't think of any for me, really, like working with kids, because everything is just like, I'm not even surprised anymore. But yeah, I got handcuffed by a teacher. I think I did something that I shouldn't have done. I was yelling at him and he didn't like that. He was like military background. What? If you keep doing that, I'm going to arrest you. And I'm just like, arrest me then. I know what that really meant. I'm like, yeah, just do it. When he put out them handcuffs and they were tight, he handcuffed me to a pole. So I had one arm and I was like, let me go. Now I knew what it was. I didn't want to be arrested no more. He was like, that's what you want? Mr. Friedman? He was just this tall, white dude, bulky and just bald. And I was just like, wow. They was like, you can't do that. He was like, yes, I can. She said she wanted me to do it, so I did it. And I was just like, I'm like a 2nd grade, like, of course. I'm trying to be defiant. That was something.
She said, arrest me then. I don't know what that means, but arrest me. Do it.
Like, do it then. I know what that means. I don't care.
Calling his bluff.
Yeah,
he wasn't bluffing.
Yeah, he was not bluffing. He was like, okay. I don't know where he gave me handcuffs from. Like, why you got handcuffs? But yeah, and I was not happy. I was definitely crying. I was crying after that. No, I'm sorry, take it off. But still yelling, like, I don't care, but take it off. I don't care, but take it off, please. Like, that's I can't think of anything weird with these children. They do weird stuff all the time. You gotta tell them you're weird. You're weird encounter.
My story. Okay, so we're in the streamer era. Right, the Twitch streams, the iShow speeds, and the Kai Sonats, and whoever else is big now, right? There's a move now where like people will like bounce it once, like one tap, come back up. Like I don't know, it's like elevated. I don't know what they call the move.
Same.
But they drop it one time and bring it back up. Right? I was co-teaching that middle school class. I had a kid. No thoughts like prior, no words were exchanged. He walks in the room. Hits this move, and then he just falls. Just drops it like it's hot. On mega knees, all that.
Ooh,
like just
he
hit that move, and he stands up real slow. And then he made a noise when he did it too. I don't know what he said. It was like a whistle or something. But he just did it. And then I just looking at him, I was like, you can't do that again. Don't do that again, please. And he was just like, okay. And he goes sit down. It was so weird. I didn't know. How do you respond to, like, all right, to put it blunt, how do you respond to kids shaking ass like in the middle of class now, bro? That's normalized because of this generation. Like you got this kid, that kid, this kid, boys dropping it like it's hot, like they don't care, because that's the move. That's the move that, you know, their favorite streamer does. And I'm like, bro, the thing is, that's not what he wants to do. He's trying to be funny. And, you know, we talk about, like, kids being performative in their year, like middle school, high school. He wants attention, like, yo, these kids are seeing me. Because kids are laughing at this. They, oh, man, funny. They dying on the floor with this. I'm like, bro, this look like a case. So you got to stop. Because you can't do that in my class. I don't condone this. Oh, this is not my class, but I'm here. I'm watching it.
It's just like something going wrong. We got to talk about this. Big mom over here. Somebody. You can't even really process that.
I didn't know how to. I was just like, you can't do that.
All that came out is
you can't do that.
I actually have a story related to a snack. You brought me back.
A smack?
Yeah, I got smacked.
Oh, you got smacked?
I deserved it. Yeah, I did. Okay. Yeah. You share it?
Yeah.
Real quick.
Go ahead. You got smacked.
You got smacked. I want to say this is middle school. Real quick, lunchroom, you know, somebody threw food at me. I threw food at them. The food that I threw at them didn't hit the person it was supposed to hit somebody else. And girl was like, yo, she threw food at me. I'm like, that was an accident. Like, you saw it was an accident. I didn't mean to hit you. She's like, yeah, but it hit me, so that's what that matters. So I got mad because she intentionally hit me when I didn't intentionally hit her. So I took was it milk? I think it was milk. I took milk and I threw it at her. She was like, what? I was like, you know, if we're going to fight, we shouldn't fight in the lunchroom because we're going to get in trouble. Let's fight in the bathroom. I'm trying to be smart about it because if I call my mom, I'm getting beat. And I don't want to get beat. So let's go to the bathroom. She's like, all right. My friend follow up with me, make sure I'm okay. I'm like, hey. She like here. But, you know, I'm still, it's literally like you and I. Like, you're like right here and I'm like right here. That's exactly how it was. So we go to the bathroom. You know how you back and forth. Like, if you hit me, I ain't hitting you. You gotta hit me first. My mom told me I got to hit you if you hit me first. So if you hit me first, and we got to get this going.
Yo, hold me back. Yo, hold me back. If you let me go, it's
over.
If
I didn't let you go, you're like, what? Hold on.
Wait, nah, you're supposed to hold me back.
Yeah, you're supposed to hold me. Yeah, then I'm going to go. We both standing there. She like this, arms crossed. And I'm like, so what's up? You wanted to fight. Mind you, I am not a fighter. I was never a fighter. Now I can hold my own. Before then, I know what I was doing. I'm like, now, what's up? I ain't going to talk about it, but I'm going to hurt you. I might not win, but you're going to get hurt too. So back then, I ain't had nothing on my plate. This was like, she's in there cross. My arms is crossed. And she was like, listen, you said you want to fight. I came here to the bathroom, so I'm going to keep it straight. If you touch me, I'm going to smack the shit out of you. That's what it is. And I'm like, okay. So my heart is pounding, and I feel like I really shouldn't touch her because what she said, I felt it in my soul. Like, what she told me, I felt. So I'm like, if I touch you, you're going to smack the shit out of me. It's my finger. She's like, yeah. So I'm like, and I swear to you, I touched her hair. Like, I barely touched her. Do you feel this? That's what I did to her. She smacked the shit out of me. Like, my eyes was stinging. I was like, I couldn't hit her back. I was like, after that smack, like, I almost peed on myself. Like, I was like, oh, shoot.
But you know, it's real.
Like, she did say if I touched her, but I didn't think if I touched her like that. She's like, if you touch me again, I'm going to do it again. My friend was in the bathroom. You know, you can see those old bathrooms, you can see between the doors.
Yeah.
You good? She was like, oh, shit. She really got you. I'm just like,
I know.
I'm trying not to cry. My eyes is like this, so no tear fall. I'm like, if you touch me again, I'm like, and I took my time because I was so stubborn. I didn't want to seem like I was scared, but I wasn't going to hit her, and I surely wasn't going to hit her back. When that bell rang, I was like, there is a God, because I couldn't afford to get smacked again. That just reminded me of that. I really got smacked. Yeah, that was something. I just brought it right back to my mind. She really smacked fire on me.
That's crazy.
That was crazy. Anyway, I think I still feel it. It's still stinging a little bit.
Every time you see a slap now, it's like, trauma.
Yeah, I'm like,
I remember that bathroom.
Post-traumatic slap disorder. Like, no. I don't know. It's real. I feel that. I would just point that out. We haven't had one chip yet, even though these.
Yeah, we haven't. I have a. So I was thinking, right, to end. That was the plan. We were supposed to do a one chip challenge. Yeah. We ain't getting no one chips because apparently somebody, unfortunately, had passed away.
Yeah.
So they was removing them.
I was trying to have a suffer, like as you mentioned.
Yeah, she wanted us to suffer.
I was gonna see real emotion today.
But you said this ain't bad. Haunted ghost pepper. Let's do 2 truths and a lie, and hopefully somebody get it wrong.
You're gonna be here for days.
Let me do 2 lies and the truth or something. You want me to go first? Or you want to go first?
You can go first. I'll leave it up to you.
Okay, 2 truths and a lie. 2 truths and a lie. I used to ballroom dance, right? Like when I was in 4th grade. This is hard.
You first said ballroom. I'm like, that's a lie. I thought you were like that. I'm like, nah. You just dropped it lower in class.
Yeah.
So it can't be that.
Ballroom dance.
Okay.
I've been skydiving before. Have I not? That's the question. I've been skydiving before. I used to play the guitar.
Oh, you have a friend making an appearance. Oh,
hey, what's good, bro?
Thank you. Appreciate that. Oh, we feel the
vibes.
I
appreciate that.
Oh, it's a soccer play over here. You saw that movie? It's like that was powerful.
I'm just thinking for
we got a good.
You left this ball. Ballroom dancing in 4th grade.
Ballroom dancing in 4th grade. You've been skydiving.
Skydiving.
And the last one you said was
I used to play guitar.
Used to play guitar. I'm like,
yeah.
What the heck? I'm gonna say anticipation. I have 2. I think 2. It's between 2. I'm gonna say.
You're gonna say
that.
That's
you.
Josh.
Like, do I go with my first intuition? I'm gonna tell you after. I'm gonna say you haven't been ballroom dancing.
Haven't been ballroom dancing?
That's what I'm gonna say.
Okay. Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
That is true.
That is true.
I have done ballroom dancing. So yeah, that I always go with that one because no one expects it from me. Because when I was a kid, I was fucking up on a dance, so I'm not gonna lie. But then, don't ask me to do anything now. Okay. Maybe I can remember the tango a little bit because I don't have to. I could be serious. Tango. But 5th grade, 4th grade, that was my thing. Skydiving is a lie.
That was my first instinct. I should have stuck with it.
Now, do I want to do it? I would 100% do it for a role. If you cast me on something and want me to jump out of a helicopter, off a plane, off a boat, you want me to hang from the back of a car, as long as you're paying me well in this, it is a union project, get me in there. But I have not done it yet.
You heard that? Straight from the mouth.
I have not done it yet. So I'm down though. I'm down.
I'll give it up.
You got a lot. You got a lot.
Also, this is the sign to stick with your first intuition. Stick with your first instinct. I'm like, Okay. 2 truths and a lie. I have a pet cat. Okay. His name is Doodles.
It was Doodles or it is Doodles?
His name is Doodles.
Okay. So I'm like, okay, so your pet cat died. That's what she said.
Okay. Number 2.
Trying to see what you're looking at.
Trying to find something. I'm looking into the abyss.
I'm looking for it too.
I'm like, yeah, I'm looking like this. My favorite exercise is anything to do with weights.
You like to lift weights pretty much? Like, yeah?
Yeah, I like to lift weights. I'm allergic to shellfish.
You're allergic to shellfish? Okay, so you said you got a pet cat named Doodles, you're allergic to shellfish, and you like to lift weights. I'm going to just go and say that I think the lie is that you like to lift weights.
No.
No?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
You're not allergic to shellfish?
No, I'm not allergic to shellfish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, it looks like we both eating the chip. Boom. You want another piece?
Yeah, this ain't real.
She said this ain't real.
It look like it is. It got hella spice.
Cheers.
It's actually better tasting than what I remembered it to be. Maybe it's the wrong one.
It's like a spicy Dorito. Like, this is it? Like.
Yeah, the other one I'm sure would have been.
Yeah, no, that one would have been. Yeah. I had a friend that did that, but maybe one day if they come back.
Amazon always got something I'm supposed to have.
Yeah,
they do. They do
a lot of something.
Look it up. I'll ship it to my house. Actually, it's better than the last time. Last time I tried it, it was nasty.
I'll take another one too.
It was not tasty.
Like
it definitely has kick.
It does.
You could take this the wrong way and cough because it go down the wrong pipe. Like
no, for sure.
But it's not like
kick. But it's not like, I'm dying. I kind of want to die a little bit, you know, like, right.
Live on the edge.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's not real. Any final comments, thoughts?
Final comments, thoughts. This is cool. This is interesting. That's my final comment. My final comment.
Yeah.
Thanks for meeting up. 3 times the charm. It happened.
It happened.
3 times.
Technically, it was 4.
4?
2 years ago. You asked me to teach you boxing.
Mm-hmm. I'm like the Pocky challenge. Damn, I'm off. That is true. Yeah, true. We got to do that too still.
We do. You real because she was really trying to get some chips. She
like
was looking. Then she was like, "Oh, we could try peppers." I'm like, "Damn, she really don't want me to like."
I'm like,
be okay today.
Scotch bonnet. I'm like, we should get something wrong eating a whole pepper. Like that's it.
We could try that though.
Okay, definitely. I'm down. I'm down. Peppers. You know what pepper we got to get? The Carolina Reaper pepper, the one that they use for the chip.
Oh, for this shit?
Nah, this is ghost pepper.
Oh, the other one.
But we can try ghost pepper too.
Oh yeah, I'm down.
Like that's real. So we gotta get some hot peppers. I would absolutely like lose my crap. I was like jumping in and jumping. I'm like an internal pain. I'm like jumping. Gotta like fight the forces.
Jumping against the pain.
Yeah. So that might happen, but I'm super down for that.
Yeah.
And then we'll have prepared questions. You're welcome.
Yeah. All right.
2 hours.
2 hours. Yeah.
2 hours later. No, it's like an hour.
Yeah. I'm just surprised. It didn't feel that long.
Yeah, I was gonna say
an hour and 11 minutes.
Yeah, I was thinking I'm like 45 minutes.